Hi everyone, some gamer dude here. Today I finally get around to talking about the feedback I got on the distribution model. I was meant to have this video done a few weeks ago, but I got distracted by Wixoss. Over that time, however, I've gathered responses from both the comments and Discord. To summarize what I proposed last time, I want to deliver a system where rarity dictates aesthetics, not functionality. For this to work, there has to be something in place to gently nudge rarity bumping. To do this, commons look to emulate a black and white manga. Rares are in colour and are foil, while ultra rares are full art foil. Every card at every rarity. I don't want price to be a real barrier to play. Something that genuinely surprised me was the complete lack of pushback that the black and white commons got. No one outright said, "Yeah, I hate this," or worse. I take it that people actually like the idea. However, some did raise two concerns. Firstly, that the black and white art may go over nicer with people it's explained to, but general audiences might feel like they're being ripped off. Secondly, that the rare might just end up being one rarity too many. People interested in play would want the commons. People interested in bling would want the full arts. This came with the suggestion of putting the colour cards as the commons, giving them the reminder text from the black and white cards, leaving the full arts as is, and introducing a new higher rarity for the cards in the avatar zone. I understand both concerns completely. Both have crossed my mind over the years. However, I suspect the idea that the general consumer would feel ripped off with a pack of mostly black and white cards could be countered with proper marketing. Every card at every rarity tagline slapped on the box, potentially the packs, pushing the search for full arts. Make the intention really apparent. I think if you just let it be what it is without getting over the intent, people would be questioning what's with the black and white commons, and yes, may feel ripped off. But if you make the intent part of the marketing, it should hopefully do what I want it to do. The second concern comes from prior experience in the medium, but it's also why the black and white cards exist in the first place. If you just have the common in colour and the full art ultra rare, it won't nudge people to rarity bump their decks. Not enough people anyway. The game has to hit certain sales thresholds to continue. It can't really do that if there's no real reason to rarity bump. The temptation needs to be there. Now, I could do a special set at some point as an experiment to see how omitting the black and white version would go down. See how it would impact sales. Who knows? Maybe all this concern is for naught. Sales would be fine. But I'd need to do market research that I can't really do until I'm established. I do really like the idea of ultimate rare or rainbow rare type versions of specific cards. I'm very keen on the idea of gimmicky cards in general. I want to do lenticular and metal promos as part of the Kickstarter. But it doesn't fit with the every card at every rarity tagline. Not unless I print the entire set at this ultra high rarity slot, which I'm not inclined to do. I might return to this at a later date if there's a way to implement it without every card at every rarity becoming false advertising. Subsets might potentially be an answer to this, as they're technically not part of the set, but I'd probably have to consult a lawyer. The topic of God packs came up a lot. There is a big desire for God packs of full arts. I get that. They're fun and exciting to pull. I will most definitely do that. Given the consistent asking about them, I don't think I can not do them. There was the suggestion of preview cards as inserts. For my intent, they'd show off characters from the next set. I'm of two minds on this, as I feel I could tackle it in two different ways. I could do it as an insert, use it as promotional material for the next set, introduce the character, their personality, and say a little bit about how they play. Build hype for that next set in the current one. This way you get to know a little bit about the next set before the pre-orders go up. Alternatively, do them as alternate arts of 3 specific cards depicting the characters of the next set and turn it into a game. Print them at rare so they don't interfere with the full arts drop rates. Don't acknowledge them until you guys start talking about them. Then put up what would be on the inserts. I think that would be fun and raise community engagement. Tell me which one you guys like. Since I don't want to do another video about two smaller topics, I'll just end this video with 2 points. I have a concern about aesthetics and mechanics. I have a card type that transforms from a one-use card into a permanent under certain conditions. They aren't terribly common, and all of these cards naturally have legendary. You won't be continuously unsleeving cards. Originally I had the secondary typing in the text box with its text underneath, kind of like a shoddy split card that you had to remember. As playtesting went on, playtesters turned the cards upside down to remember that they had changed type. I decided to run with it and made them a form of flip card. The text box is split between the two texts, with the secondary typing having its type on the bottom of the card. This is how things were for the longest time. Now I'm going from playtest cards to the real thing. It looks off because the picture is upside down. I think it needs addressing. I've considered instead of flipping the entire card upside down, it just goes from portrait to landscape orientation. I've got a really rough example of the concept up on screen. Art would be landscape. This didn't go over too well with people I've shown. It seems any card with multiple orientations is a bit off-putting. However, further discussions on the Discord have brought up that this would be the perfect place to use Duel Face Cards inside the deck. They don't keep flipping, it's one and done unless they leave play. It'd also simplify the reminder text for the mechanic and arguably streamline gameplay. They're pretty scarce, all things considered, and have legendary baked in. I'm curious what you guys think. What's your opinion? I know Duel Face Cards inside the deck can be a major turn-off to some, but under the circumstances I've outlined, would you be okay with this? Would you prefer the cards change orientation to avoid Duel Face Cards? Secondly, just a quick note on progress. As of writing, the art is nearly 25% done for set 0. I had to rearrange some things for my artist so work would flow better, but it's going well. I should have what I need to put up as semi-professional demo either during or by February, at which point the art should be around 50% done. Once I get to set 1 proper, I'm going to have to expand the artist pool to get things done on schedule. I think that's a given and a no-brainer. I'm curious on any and all comments you guys have. I'll get to them as soon as I can. Till next time, this has been Some Gamer Dude, and thanks for watching.